Hi Cancer, welcome to your June 2017 love reading for single people. You are part of an experiment that I'm doing, and as I've said to a couple of other signs, as I go along in this process, I am observing, maybe with the moon in Virgo, I'm doing a lot of analyzing, just seeing if there is a difference with these readings, whether it's something that really speaks to people who are single, or whether I'm just more conscious of acknowledging it during the reading, because I don't want to do anything that is redundant, unnecessary, even if it gives me a bunch of extra views. It really doesn't seem appropriate. You don't want to have too many videos out there that, I don't want to flood the market with videos, even though it probably would help me to some extent. I really do believe in the integrity of what I'm doing, and I try to make it seem like it's worthwhile. Let me put it that way. And it's, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess I feel kind of funny that it's going to appear like it's repeating myself. I'm just putting back-to-back love readings out. I don't know, with the same month. It's kind of strange for me. But I did want to give it a shot because some people had asked about it. But one of the things, and this is one card in particular that explains it, why I am feeling a bit confused, is because what I realize is that single people are not just, hermetically sealed. You have past lives. I mean, you have, your past in this life, and maybe even past lives, that are influencing your current love life. So just because you happen to not be attached romantically now doesn't mean that you're totally free from any influence from any other person. The first card I picked right now is the Justice card. So the Justice card in a love reading can speak to feelings of, wanting fairness, like in relationships. But it can also talk about coming from a decision by the justice system, such as a divorce, being free to date because you've gotten divorced. Okay, so that's just what I'm saying. Okay, so the other thing that the Justice card could represent too is, in addition to wanting fairness in your relationship and seeing how in the past you might have allowed other people to take advantage of you, is a perfect thing I would think about with Cancer. You're a very giving, nurturing sign. Just in terms of responsibilities in relationship. Maybe you were, I was going to say a mother, because most of you are women, but in a family situation where you bore the brunt of the responsibilities for whatever reason, and you want something different in the future. But this is also the sign of Libra. So there might be somebody that is a Libra who comes into the picture, and yeah, I mean, that could be somebody who is a significant part of your life in the month of June at some point. Even the past has another sword, but this is actual suit of swords. And this is the Queen of Swords. This is a woman who is solitary, and this can also be through being a widow. But this is somebody who is combining the compassion represented by the feminine principle to the intellect of the swords. And so in this type of a situation, it's since you are a water sign, a feminine energy, it's also employing that part of you that is impartial and that is detached. And it allows you to make decisions that you need to make. And this may have been talking about a mindset that you had to adopt that may actually be foreign to you in some way. And so the bottom line is that, let's say you didn't want to get divorced, but you felt like you had no other choice, that you just became one-pointed and in your mind, and didn't allow your sympathies or your sentimentality to get in the way of making a decision that you knew was the right thing to do. And okay, there might be other scenarios, all right? That's the one that I'm going to stick with for now. But if you're somebody who's never been married, you could have still been in a relationship with somebody that you saw the light, and now you want to be treated like you treat them. You want to have that same kind of thing. You don't want it to be a one-sided deal. The Three of Cups is a light-hearted card. This is what is in your life right now, and it can speak to any issue surrounding possible spending time with people that you care about. Maybe you've neglected your circle of friends because you've been dealing with a toxic relationship in the past, or, you know, like a toxic marriage or any kind of relationship that dragged you down. And this is just having a lot of social time. And you may be reconnecting with some of these friends that you neglected. Not out of malice, you might have been, you know, consumed with another thing, but the point is it's a card of celebration. It's a card of a feeling like you're free, I would say. And it's interesting because the number 3 is involved, and that's a number that's associated with creativity. And I associate it with Gemini. And Gemini is the 3rd house in astrology. Oh my gosh. I should drink ginger tea before I do these readings. But, excuse me. But yeah, it combines the 3 with the cups. So that's perfect for the month of June, because we have the sun going from Gemini into Cancer. And so it is that, you know, like that midsummer period, which is so beautiful. Of course, I know some of you are like going to have the winter solstice, which is like beyond my comprehension. But for those who are in the Northern Hemisphere, June is a month associated with this type of energy. The social lightheartedness. You feel like a kid again, even if you're 50 years old. And just, you know, that may be what you feel like if you feel like you were emancipated from a relationship that was really not good. So, if so, kudos to you for that. And the higher message is the Two of Pentacles. In some cases, it can be suggesting, this is supposed to be the spiritual message about your life, that you may be very busy, you may be juggling a lot of responsibilities, especially financial, if you have 2 jobs. It doesn't have to be a job, it can be an income stream, like let's say you have a job, and then in addition to that, you are, you own a building, and so you always have to go back and make sure everything is running smoothly with that. And so you're really pulled by different things going on. So it may be something that is telling you that you're very busy, you're going to have to find balance in your life. And it's funny, right under the Justice card, balance. Because if you want to meet somebody, you have to have time to meet them. And it's like it could be saying too, you have to balance work and your private life. Just in general, even if you only have one job, you may have a hard time doing that, and you have to be able to do it. Now, there may be two people that you meet, and one may be an earth sign, because I'm also getting this for the challenge position. Earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and this is the challenge position. So maybe it's like a Libra and a Taurus or something. But this is the card, Seven of Pentacles. In the challenge position, this is a card of patience and seeing if something manifests with somebody. And in the challenge position, you may be ready to throw in the towel with a person that you meet, because you may feel impatient about whether or not it's going to be a good match. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about waiting to see the results of something. But it could be that you have a hard time doing so for some reason. Maybe you are judging this person in a way that is... maybe you're being too materialistic about it, and you're not seeing that they have a value that goes beyond this. But in the challenge position, there's some kind of impatience associated with your ability to, find the right person, or if you're talking to somebody right now, to give them a chance. Maybe you're not giving somebody a chance. And maybe they deserve a chance. Maybe they would, show themselves to be a good person, but you are too quick to reject people. Maybe this is a pattern of yours where you dismiss somebody right away because you might have this preconceived notion of what you're looking for in a relationship. I was just, I want to turn you on to a book that I was just reading called The Universe Has Your Back. And it's funny because I was going to write a book with that very title. But this one was written by Gabby Bernstein, who you might be familiar with already. She's written a few books, in the past. One was called Spirit Junkie. And so I was reading this book, and she had said that some people have like this list of requirements in a relationship, and that they discard certain people. And she gave an example of somebody, and they found out that this person was perfect for them because, on the surface it looked like it wasn't a good match, but it turned out to be. And so it's up to you to have an open mind when it comes to these things. What is coming in is represented by the Page of Wands. So this could be good news that comes your way, that lights your fire, so to speak. This could be a new relationship, a relationship in its early stages. It could involve somebody who has this quality, and it would be a quality of enthusiasm, like a big kid, if this is really someone who is older than maybe 20s. This could be someone who is just a very enthusiastic person. It could actually be a fire sign fire signs tend to have these characteristics, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They sometimes can even seem a little bit immature because they tend to be very spontaneous, and other people, like Cancers, might judge them as being a little bit immature. Being a Sagittarian and a fire sign, I know of what I speak, and there are other people who are a little bit like Cancers and Capricorns who may kind of, shake their heads a few times at us because we tend to be very childlike. It doesn't have to be childish. And yet this person may warm your heart for some reason. And they may kind of help you with your inner child. A lot of Cancer people, I would say, if I had to bet on this, either come into the world with a very serious attitude, or something happens, maybe, I think with all water signs, they may lose a parent when they're young, and this shapes them in a very drastic kind of a way, in a very dramatic way, and they can become very concerned with security. If you have anything like that happen, what tends to occur is you overreact to life, and you think, if only this, if only these things would have happened, this wouldn't have happened. And that just is not the case at all. You cannot, I don't think you can prevent certain things from happening. They were actually built into maybe our life contracts to occur in order for certain other things to happen that we needed to happen, the expansion that we needed. We may have even chosen these things ahead of time. So my point is that certain people like Cancers can be very, I don't want to say pessimistic per se, but looking at things, being overly concerned with security to the point of who they pick in their lives. And so they can frown upon people that tend to live life as it comes, live life by the seat of their pants, instead of planning out long, into the future. But remember what John Lennon said. He said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. And you can really create a safe tomb for yourself if you're not careful. And you can overlook people who are really good for you because you judge them in a way that is not their totality. And so, just be careful of doing that. But this could simply be that you have become like the Page of Wands. You've kind of let your hair down, because the Three of Cups is about you breaking out of this feeling of being trapped, maybe in a bad relationship, and feeling this sense of happiness. For those people who haven't been in a relationship for a long time, it might be some other event in your life that has freed you for some reason. The outcome is the Page of Cups. So this could be the type of person that you do attract. Now this would be, it's funny, we have the page, we have these pages. Pages represent youth, children sometimes, but youthful demeanor. But this is cups, so this is like you. And this could be like I think this is associated actually with Pisces, so maybe it's somebody with a strong Pisces vibe to them. But this could be an artistic soul. This person is not somebody who is necessarily practical. This person is a very imaginative person, maybe a spiritual person, but they do have one eye in a different world. They're not like all here. And so you may be very enthusiastic about your life and you may attract somebody like that, but you're going to have to nurture that relationship if so, because this person is very sensitive and artistic. They're not, and you are too, but out of the two of you, you may be the more practical one. And it can't be a source of irritation for you if that's the case. You may naturally gravitate towards earth signs because you like, you feel that they complement you in some way, like they're more grounded and sensible. So if this kind of a person comes into your life in June and you remember my reading, just give it a whirl. You don't have to sign on any dotted lines, but don't during the month of June, unless a person seems like they're psychotic, of course, don't turn your nose up to anybody or dismiss them as not your type. And you know, who knows, you might find the person of your dreams, Cancer. So I hope you enjoyed this, and good luck to you in June. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link below, please. Otherwise, have a great month. Bye.